The Doom 2016 Praetor suit. This is the Slayer's penultimate demon nullifying argent sucking machine. According to a UAC report, the Praetor suit was found in the tomb alongside the Slayer. When found, it was encased in an inscribed stone tomb. The suit was extracted from the rock, cleaned, and subjected to numerous tolerance tests, and found to be almost impervious to any damage. It appeared to have some mechanical function as well. Small receptors in the gloves and chest plate that attracted argent plasma and dissipated it through capillary tubes in the substructure. Despite it being clear that the suit could be activated in some way, the UAC had found no method to do so, as it appeared to be missing a component, likely the Slayer himself. So this isn't your everyday combat armor. This is armor crafted for the Doomslayer purely for the purposes of ripping, tearing, and eviscerating every demon in sight throughout your playthrough of Doom 2016. As a story element, it fits the lore of the Doom universe perfectly. This is fine and dandy and all for a casual playthrough, but speedrunners have played their game casually sometimes dozens of times over, so we're no longer interested in the lore. We want to push this game to and past its limits. So we're gonna skip it.
Nice.
Today, let's find out how speedrunners skip the Praetor suit in Doom 2016. It seems that each and every speedrun with a community backing it has their own holy grail of speedrun skips. That one theoretical skip which would save monstrous amounts of time, and yet, it seems like everything has been tried to no avail. If you know much about speedrunning, you probably already know of a few. For instance, the legendary Wind Waker barrier skip. Endlessly tested for years and thought impossible by many, barrier skip was found in April of 2017, 15 years after the game's release. Well, for Doom 2016 any percent, that holy grail was intro skip. You see, for a long time, the start of every any percent run would be start run, shoot 3 zomboids, press a button, watch a cutscene, grab the suit, and watch an even longer cutscene.
Welcome, my name is Dr. SamUwUel Hayden. We made a fucking walkie.
Obviously, the community wanted to skip for this. On the launch of the game, it was noted that playing on the Ultra Nightmare difficulty would allow you to skip the introductory tutorial section of the game, which includes the cutscene I previously mentioned, as well as a Gornest combat arena. Overall, skipping ahead of this section right to the UAC elevator would definitely save a good chunk of time. However, it was decided that because the Ultra Nightmare difficulty is permadeath, it would be separated from the rest of the difficulties as it presented multiple pretty major changes. That being said, this planted the elephant-sized seed of what if into the runner's brains. Especially following skip after skip discovery, it begged the question, but when will we be able to skip intro? This history follows a very similar path to other Holy Grail skips, as it seemed pretty much everything had been tried time and time again by runner after runner, and yet nothing had been found. I know personally, it was like an addiction to me, knowing that we just needed to find one way out of this room, as we had clipped and jumped out of so many previously, but I couldn't find anything. Just like every other runner before me, I had been defeated by the notoriously elusive intro skip. Having spent hours in that dreaded first room, I was out of ideas. I had given up. Maybe intro skip was impossible after all. Except not everyone had given up. On April 23rd of 2019, in the wee hours of the morning, the man, the myth, the legend, Seeker himself, found our solution. As it turns out, the walls that make up the levels of Doom 2016 aren't entirely as they appear. In specific areas, mainly corners, walls aren't made of one solid material, but rather multiple planes sort of intersecting with each other. With a very precise setup and some wiggling, you can shove the Doomslayer through these sections and between the planes. The Doomslayer is so angry, not even the walls are going to stop him from getting the revenge he deserves on the denizens of hell. This discovery was shortly after dubbed a paperclip. No, not like that, but rather because you're clipping through seemingly paper-thin walls. Paperclips went on to change the run in multiple places, making some areas easier. This is what Foundry used to look like, pre-paperclipping. It involved extremely difficult precision movement, navigating the perimeter of the arena, being sure not to move too far to the left or to the right for fear of falling inbounds or into the void. Granted, it's still not easy if you want to do it as fast as the world record does it, but as someone who dumped 20 to 30 hours into practice of the old strategy, it's a cakewalk compared to how it used to be. On the other hand, some areas actually got significantly more difficult with the discovery of paperclips. This room here was one we used to just walk through, and we get out of bounds in the next area. However, now, with what's called the Titan's Realm double paperclip, you can have fun trying to do 2 paperclips as fast as possible while a meatball absolutely munches your ass cheeks.
Green, what's your problem, Green? What is your problem? Missile alone ramp.
In the end, the discovery of the intro skip, and by extension the paperclip, nets speedrunners a 3-minute time save in the 20-minute run. Now the Doomslayer can give Olivia the lobotomy she deserves, faster than ever before.
You've won. It's over. You stopped the invasion and closed the portal. But it's come at a price. Argent, Vega, this entire operation. You see, I've watched you work. Come to understand your motivation. You think the only way is to kill them all, leave nothing behind. And you may be right. But we can't just shut it all down. Without Argent energy, it will be worse. I don't expect you to agree. But with this, we can continue our work. I am not the villain in this story. I do what I do because there is no choice.
Rerouting tether coordinates complete.
Our time is up. I can't kill you, but I won't have you standing in our